been a while for the city of Houston. Deprived of an NFL team for 5 long years, there was plenty to celebrate on September 8th, 2002. And behind the scenes, equal amounts of excitement, yet many unknowns.
It was the culmination of 2.5 years of work. We started with a 30-month plan, and we had milestone after milestone that we had to hit. And it couldn't just be good. It had to be top shelf. We paid more than anybody had ever paid for an NFL franchise. We're having this stadium, almost $500 million for Reliant Stadium. A lot had been invested, and a lot was riding on the success of this team.
I can't speak for anybody else. I had doubts, but we couldn't get a snap off. You know, there were some practices in those couple of weeks before the first game where Capers had to start practice over multiple times because we just couldn't do anything right.
I was nervous as I could be because the question in my mind is, how long will it take us to win a game?
If football coming back wasn't enough, there was also the chance to topple the hated Dallas Cowboys.
I can't stand the team. The fans I can deal with, but I just can't stand the team because I just think they're better than everything. They always talk Houston down. You know, they've won 5 Super Bowls, but I hadn't won any since we've been in the league. I haven't won any since '95, and they still try to rub that in your face, and that just irks me.
Our in-state rivalry. I mean, Dallas and Houston go toe-to-toe on everything. Tiddlywinks, whatever it is, if it's Dallas versus Houston, it matters. And so that game was important to us. It would set the tone for the franchise.
Week 1, September 8th, 2002. The Houston Texans took the field for the first time in front of their home crowd.
The crowd is going crazy as the Texans take the field at Reliant Stadium.
I still believe in my heart that was the loudest game ever. It was so awesome just to be back in there, to have your own team and somebody to cheer for and yell at.
Most of the fans didn't know who most of the guys on the team were, but we were getting huge rounds of applause every time they announced one of us.
I still remember the smoke from the fireworks on the inside and just the energy from the crowd from before we even kicked off, and it never really let up. I don't know if people sat down the entire game.
I just remember when we were coming down that tunnel, I remember Billy Miller came up to me and said, "Show 'em what you got, young man. Show 'em what you got."
It's over. The Texans have done it. They have beaten the Dallas Cowboys on opening night in team history. An historic night as the Houston Texans debut with a blast.
It did feel like a Super Bowl. I mean, that was our Super Bowl that season. Even leading up to the game, you heard everyone say, hey, look, we don't care if you win 0 games the rest of the season. But if you beat Dallas, then, you know, that's all we want for our first season.
I still laugh about Jerry Jones and I have become good friends. And, you know, Bobby said, I only cried twice in my life. And once is when my mother or father got injured. And he said the second time is when y'all won that first game. He said, that's the second time I cried in my life.
People still bring it up to me. It's 16 years later, and there's still people that will point to that as one of their bright spots in the franchise history. It's